up, guys? It's Chris.
What's up, guys? It's Chris. You're watching Plumbing Explained, and this is Unclogged, episode 15. So we're going to be unclogging a kitchen sink here, and we're going to be doing it without using any snakes or any tools at all. Whenever I come out to a kitchen sink clog, or any clog at all, I always loosen up the bottom nut on the P-trap. Now that nut should be under pressure with water if the sink is actually clogged. So as soon as you start to loosen that nut, you should start to see water coming out, kind of like you did just there up top. And if you don't see it down at the P-trap when you loosen that bottom nut, and you loosen a nut up a little bit higher and you get water pressurized like that, you know the clog is actually before the trap, or perhaps right at the trap. But either way, it wasn't past the trap, so you're not going to need a snake in this case. Now, this sink has two bowls, so you have to use a two-part waste to properly run the drain lines. And you will almost always find the clog at the Baffle T, right here, just like we did here. The customer had crammed some skewers and some rice and oatmeal and whatever other type of food waste down the drain. And you see that Baffle T there? That diminishes the drain line from 1.5 inches to like 1.25 inches or less, maybe 3/4 of an inch, I'd say. That cuts the drain line in half, that Baffle T. And that's designed to direct the water so that it doesn't come up in the other compartment when one compartment is draining. But it does cause serious problems when you're putting food waste down the drain lines. That's why I always tell my customers, scrape all the food off into the garbage can or the trash compactor, whatever it is you've got nearby. Do not put it down the sink. Don't put it down the disposal, because the disposal is just draining into this area here. So you're really doing yourself no justice by putting that type of food down the drain line. You're always going to be seeing plumbers. I foresee plumbers in your future for the rest of your life if you are going to be putting food like that down the drain lines. And unfortunately, that can be very costly. So a good way to tell how far out the clog is at your kitchen sink is run a little bit of water. If it backs up immediately, you know the clog is close. If it takes a few seconds to back up, or a minute or so, you know the clog is further out. You're more than likely going to need a snake of some sort. But like I said, if you run water and the sink backs up immediately, it's more than likely down in the drain line. You might be able to get away with just pulling the drain line apart and unclogging it yourself real fast. So now that we've cleared this kitchen drain line by hand, let's go ahead and put the drain line back together like it was before and check for leaks. Now, run the water. I recommend running hot water for 30 seconds or so without filling the drain up at all. Clean the sink out, do whatever you got to do, and then what you're going to want to do is fill the sink up 1/4 of the way, then drain it. Then half of the way, then drain it. Then fill the sink up all the way and drain it. Maybe fill the sink up all the way twice and drain it. All the while you're checking for leaks and making sure that the drain sounds like it's draining properly. It doesn't seem sluggish. It's draining good. I also recommend doing this on the garbage disposal side. And when you have the sink all the way filled, turn the garbage disposal on as it's draining, and that will help push the water down the drain and help clear the drain and clean the drain even further. Don't ever plunge your sinks, guys. I'm not a believer in plunging sinks. I think it causes more harm than good. So happy Memorial Day, guys. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and leave a comment. Take care, guys.
Being a pain, the brown won't go down. Time to deploy Uncle Elroy. He's got the longest snake around. Need to clear your pipes without any gripes. Old Uncle Elroy's the guy for the job. He's getting shit done without being a slob. So give the man a like and go and hit subscribe. We're gonna save you money, save you time. He'll teach you how to plumb and won't charge a dime.